Who knew that you had to look for gelatin and things like peanuts and dairy-free creamer? Hey guys, it's Candace the Edgy Veg and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, nice to meet you. Hit that subscribe button so you can see this face twice a week at 4 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about 20 foods that you thought were vegan, but they're not. There's a lot of information out there now, but when I went vegan, I had a really hard time with a lot of stuff because I just assumed certain things were vegan and they were not. So I thought that this would be a fun list for you guys to have to reference and come back to. And some of these were pretty shocking to me as well, especially when I found out about them, you know, through my vegan journey, but some things I didn't even know about in my search. We're gonna focus on food today, but let me know in the comment section below if you want another list of items that you thought were vegan but aren't, like more like household things, lifestyle stuff. Let's jump right into it. What's the first one that I said here? All right, the first food that you probably thought was vegan, but it's not. A lot of foods labeled dairy-free. So there are some great dairy-free options out there for cheeses and milks that are actually vegan, but there are some that are not. So have you there's one brand in particular that I feel like every new vegan has gone out and bought and then was like, this is the best vegan cheese ever. It melts, it stretches, it pulls apart, and then you start reading the ingredients and it's like, contains rennet or contains casein. Technically it's not dairy, but it is an animal byproduct. So a lot of dairy-free things contain animal additives and byproducts. Things like rennet, things like casein, and more. Number 2 is honey. A lot of people, even people that have been vegan for a long time, like let's say a year, 2 years, are not always aware or often forget that honey is not vegan. So honey is a byproduct of bees. So a lot of bees are killed in the honey making process. And a lot of the times they kill the queen so that the other bees work in overdrive to produce more honey. They also take the honey away from the bees, which is their source of food, and the honeycombs, which is their home. So technically not vegan. Worcestershire sauce. It contains anchovies. I know, I forgot this when I first went vegan over and over again. I love Caesars and I would forget that and Clamato was vegan. Now I don't, obviously. It's been like 9 years over that. You can buy really great vegan options for Worcestershire sauce, like Wizards. That's the brand that I like to use. It's delicious. It works the same way that you can use regular Worcestershire. Actually, it's really good for helping you infuse like a nice umami flavor into any vegan cooking that you're making. So marshmallows, I know. What could possibly be not vegan in puffed sugar? Well, gelatin. So a lot of marshmallows do contain gelatin. Most conventional marshmallows contain gelatin, but here's a little tip for you. There's vegan marshmallows. They're called dandies and they're freaking delicious. And they're almost available in most grocery stores, like bigger chains anyway. And they're so much better than normal marshmallows. They're so good. This one I actually did not know until you guys told me when I did my 10 more things that are eco-friendly. Altoids. There's gelatin in Altoids. I had no idea. I had been consuming Altoids for so long. I didn't know that there was gelatin in mints. This one gets brought up a lot. It is some white sugar. So a lot of processed white sugar actually contains bone char. It's like ground up animal bones and they use that to refine the sugar to make it white. A lot of companies don't do that. They use other more natural, not even natural, just vegan friendly alternatives like granular carbon. So a lot of companies do use that now, but there still are some sugar companies that are using bone char. You can just look up the list online. Red Path is one that does not, so it is vegan friendly. I mean, it is difficult to tell in packaged products where sugar is used. If you really want to know, you can always email or call their customer service and they'll have to tell you, but it is something to look out for when you are buying, you know, kind of packaged things. This one is always a shocker to a lot of people. Some alcohol, so some beers, some wines, some spirits are not vegan because they are refined using animal byproducts. The most common are diatomaceous earth, which is like ground up bones and fossils and things. So isinglass, which is fish bladder, and also crustaceans will be used to refine the alcohol and to get it to be more clear, like to clarify it. If you want to find out if your favorite alcohol is vegan friendly or not, there's a great website called barnivore.com. You can just type in the alcohol and they'll tell you if it's vegan friendly or not. They have emailed and called all of the customer service lines and asked them. So it's a really great resource if you want to find out if what you're drinking is vegan or not. Unfortunately for me, because I'm a huge candy addict, a lot of gummy candies are not vegan because they contain, noticing a trend here, gelatin. So there's a lot of really great candies that are out there that are vegan. There's a lot of lists out there, like PETA does one where it's like accidentally vegan candies and snacks. I love Swedish Fish and Twizzlers and that sort of thing. Those are vegan friendly. And that parlays into the next one, red dyes. There's a lot of red dye out there that is not vegan because they use a thing called cochineal, crushed up beetles to get red dye. So you have to look up the red dye in the food that you're buying to make sure that it is vegan friendly. So a lot of seasoned and barbecue like flavored chips and snacks actually contain animal additives. So a lot of the time they'll contain animal fats and spices made from animal byproducts. So that's something to look out for as well. But again, a lot of them are vegan. You just have to read your ingredients. You know that like weird non-dairy creamer? It's like the powdered stuff, maybe non-dairy, but again, it contains animal byproducts like rennet and casein. Something that always blew my mind is that many kind of commercial vegetable soups actually use beef or chicken broth as the base and not a vegetable broth. So again, you have to read your ingredients. This is a common trend for a lot of things. Read your ingredients if you are super strict like a lot of us are. Another thing that has no business having animal byproducts in it is a lot of brands of orange juice. So a lot of fortified orange juices actually contain fish oil or lanolin as a source of vitamin D and omegas. So if you do buy an orange juice, a commercial orange juice that does say that it's fortified or contains vitamin C or vitamin D, definitely read the ingredients for that to see what source the vitamin D is coming from. A lot of vitamins and supplements actually are not vegan because they contain an animal-derived like capsule. So you can get vegetarian friendly, and they will say vegetarian or vegan friendly capsules on it, and then it'll be a plant derived option, but a lot of them are made using gelatin. Chewing gum. A lot of chewing gum is made with animal-derived glycerin. So there's a lot of really great vegan options out there that you can buy that are now readily available in most corner stores and most supermarkets. So it's actually one that's really easy to find an alternative for. So a lot of colas and like fizzy pop sodas are not vegan, and this is because they also contain dyes that use animal byproducts. Coca Cola is actually completely vegan friendly, believe it or not, but sometimes some of the orange flavored drinks or the like more like fruity ones that have a lot of dye are animal derived. Refried beans, a lot of them contain lard. So read your ingredients. Vegetable flavored ramen. There are so many ramen brands, and the vegetable flavor actually contains animal byproducts. So they use the actual flavor packet itself. A lot of the time we'll use like animal fat to get that nice flavor. Definitely look up your ingredients, but there are a lot of really nice vegan options out there. This is really the same for any instant soup. You definitely have to read your ingredients and do your research before going to the store and just picking up any one, even the vegetable flavors. Margarine. So unless you're buying like vegan specific basil or Earth Island buttery spread or melt or something like that, a lot of the commercial margarines can contain whey and traces of dairy. And also gelatin. Sneaky little gets into almost anything. And last but not least, another one that has no business having animal products on it is packaged peanuts. Actually, a lot of brands, when they're using those like roasted packaged peanuts, actually coat the peanuts in gelatin and animal byproducts to get that extra salty flavor. So you definitely, Planters is one specifically to stay away from, and a couple other ones, but definitely read your ingredients and take a look to see if it contains gelatin. Who knew that you had to look for gelatin in things like peanuts and dairy-free creamer? So the moral of this story is always read your labels. I just get into my routine. I've been vegan for so long, and some days I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get this and this and this, and then I get home and I'm like, ah, shit. I didn't read the ingredient and I just assumed. It doesn't happen a lot anymore, but it happens from time to time. So definitely always read your labels. Not to say that like being vegan is really hard, because it really is not that difficult, assuming that you live like in an urban sector and not in a food desert, and all the other disclaimers for why people say that veganism is easy. But it doesn't have to be. I'm not trying to say that being vegan is super difficult. I'm just saying, you know, do read your ingredients. Things are changing, and a lot of food companies are noticing the demand for animal-free products. So more things are coming up and it's getting a lot easier every day, but definitely read your labels, educate your fellow vegan. And yeah, let me know if you guys want this type of video for other items that you thought were vegan, like more lifestyle stuff, household products, that sort of thing, that you thought were vegan and aren't. Leave me a comment in the comment section below, letting me know that that's what you want. If you like these kind of sit down, let's talk about a topic and educate each other videos, give this video a big thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I make new videos every Tuesday and Thursday at 4 o'clock, and I will see you next time. Bye!